So I was on Facebook Marketplace the other day, and I was just looking at random stuff, and I noticed that a guy that lives really close to me had some tools for sale. The majority of the stuff I had no interest in, but he did have two different lots of tools that I could use, and actually a couple of the things in those lots I had in my Amazon cart. Not the exact same ones, much cheaper versions, but I did have those in my Amazon cart, and luckily I didn't buy them because, yeah, I got them from him for quite a lot cheaper. So nothing here is overly exciting, but they're things that I can use, and I think I got a good deal. So the first things are these utility knives. So this Milwaukee utility knife looks pretty much like brand new, and it has a decent blade in it. I cleaned all of this stuff up a little bit because they were things that he had used at work. This pretty much looked exactly like this. It had no grease or anything on it, so I just wiped it down basically. And I looked it up on Amazon, and I couldn't find one exactly the same, but a similar knife was going for somewhere around 20 Canadian dollars. So I would never pay that for a utility knife, but if you consider that this one goes for around $20, I guess I get the whole lot basically for free besides this knife. So anyway, so pretty decent knife. I can use it. I have lots of utility knives, so I didn't really need it, but it came in a lot with some other stuff that I did need. So, and this knife here is I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I guess it's Olfa. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, correct me in the comments, but it's made in Japan. I have another one that I've had for years, but it's a smaller knife. I really like this one. I use it all the time. But like I said, that didn't come in the lot. I've had that for years. So yeah, I'm glad to have this one. It's a little rough. I mean, still got some dirt on it and scratches here and there, but I don't care. It's a utility knife. It's a nice strong one, and I'm glad to have it. It cleaned up okay. And these two here are slightly cheaper utility knives. This one I didn't notice in the pictures, and I didn't notice when he dropped them off that the slider was missing, but it's not that big a deal. I didn't buy the lot for the utility knives anyway. So these are Anvil brand. I looked these up on Amazon, and a pack of 4 goes for $17.99 Canadian dollars. So decent deal for these, I guess. The next thing I got was this I don't know what people call it. It's a folding knife. It's a jackknife around here. It's a cold steel. I looked it up online. I couldn't find one exactly the same as it, but I did find some very similar, and they're not really that cheap, like 50 and up. So probably I would say 50 Canadian dollars. I don't really know. I don't know the brand, but it's in pretty good shape. And I don't have a knife like this, so I'm kind of glad to have it. It probably won't get used much, but when I do need to use it for something, opening packages and things like that, it'll come in handy. This thing is kind of a piece of junk, but it was in the lot, so I basically count it as a freebie. It's just a cheapy 60-watt soldering iron. It needs a new tip. I have a new tip for these kind of soldering irons somewhere around here, so I'll have to find that. I probably won't use it for soldering. I might use it for melting plastic, like to try to fix a broken tab on something or something like that. I'm not sure. But anyway, the cord has seen better days, but it does work. I tried it out. So that's kind of not worth anything, I don't think, maybe a couple bucks. And then he had this torch. It's a Anker brand Pro torch. He said last time he used it, it worked, but he wasn't 100% sure that it still did. It was pretty dirty. I cleaned it up and it looks a lot better. I'll test it out. Butane's fairly cheap, so I'll get some, I'll test it, and maybe I can fix it if it doesn't work. And I get 2 rolls of solder. These are the other things I was really looking forward to getting. I don't have any really good solder. I have this cheap stuff I bought from China. It's not bad for doing wires and stuff like that, big joints and stuff, but to do delicate stuff on a circuit board, this stuff here's garbage. I wouldn't buy it. Like I said, it's okay for joining 2 wires together or something like that, where you don't care about overheating the joint, but yeah, it's pretty bad stuff. So I was gonna buy this stuff on Amazon, but it's 45 Canadian dollars. That's like probably 35 American. It's a 1/2 pound spool, 0.025 inch, and it says here 23 gauge, so I guess that's the thickness of the wire in like AWG or whatever. So like I said, I was gonna buy some on Amazon, but it was too expensive. I couldn't afford $45 for solder, so when I saw this in a lot for 10 bucks, this and this was in the lot for $10. So even though I didn't really want this, I didn't really want this solder, I really did want this, so this was worth the $10 all by itself. So he did use some off of the spool, but not very much, just a couple of turns, so it's pretty much a full spool. This one here, I'm not sure really what you'd use this for. It kind of looks like plumbing, well, really small plumbing solder, but I'm not sure. It says electrical on it, so who knows, I'm not sure. Anyway, so that's just a bonus. I might be able to use it for something, who knows, but I basically bought that lot for this solder. And the last thing, and I think probably the best thing in the lot, are these crimpers. So I had a set of these in my Amazon cart, not this brand, a much cheaper brand, but then when I saw that he had these for sale, and these came in the lot with the utility knives, the jackknife, and the torch for 10 bucks. So I thought there'd be something wrong with them, but they seem to be in reasonably good shape. There's a little bit of grease residue left on them. I cleaned them up a bit, and there's some scratches, but overall they're in really good shape. So anyway, these go for I think around $100 Canadian. He said most of this stuff he just doesn't use anymore. He bought new ones, and he's just getting rid of some stuff cheap. So anyway, I'm glad to have them. So I'll get some use out of these. I won't use them all that much, but they're good to have when you do need them. So anyway, that's basically it, and I think I'm gonna go. I gotta get some breakfast. It's getting close to that time. So I'll talk to you guys later. You have a good one. Bye bye.